All right, look at that beautiful beach in San Diego. So hopefully you guys will be joining us for CLIPA Con 2024. Very excited. Bahia Resort down in Mission Bay in San Diego. Got a great guest today. Nice to have him on board, Mr. Nick Brouillette.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, you're from a small little company called Company Cam.
That is correct. Yep.
So if you haven't heard of Company Cam, you've been living under a rock because they are a large company and just taking over the world. So very cool to have you. Very excited to have you. I think this is your second CLIPA Con. Is that right?
This is actually going to be our third.
Your third. Okay. You guys were in Nashville?
Yes, we were.
I apologize. That was your first year that you were there. So yeah, this is your third year at CLIPA. I'll get that straight next time.
Yeah.
Third year. Thank you for coming back. We must be doing something right if you guys keep coming back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, glad to be coming back to CLIPA for another year. And after the first 2 years, finally went out on my own to after talking with all these folks.
Yeah,
started a Christmas light venture of my own too. So
sweet, awesome. That's so cool. How's that going?
It's going well. First year's under wraps, and learned a lot from you guys, and the trainings were awesome.
Yeah,
so it's been very helpful to be a part of the community.
Yeah, cool, man. There's a lot of, different programs out there and a lot of stuff I've seen over the years, and I've always promoted and talked about it. Company Cam is one of the ones that I actually use myself, and I love it. And I sit there and preach it to everybody. I spend probably way too much time than I, should be in my training because I just go off on tangents of all the great features you guys have. So I'll let you tell us a little bit about Company Cam.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Matt mentioned, Nick Brouillette with Company Cam, and I've been at Company Cam for about 3 years now. And essentially think of all of the photos, videos, everything you're taking on your phone to try to organize projects. Company Cam is a cloud-based solution to help organize all photos, videos, documentation into an app in real time. So basically everything's time-stamped, says who took the photo, when they took it, where they took it. Really improving those internal communication is a big factor of it, as well as just efficiencies within your organization.
Yeah. And I apologize for butchering your last name there. Brouillette. I'll get it one of these days. So you can call me Hayden if you want. I mean, I get it all the time. So yeah, very cool program. It's real. I mean, this is one of those, I have a few game changers, in my presentation when I'm talking at my training events. This is one of those game changers. It's really changed our company and the way we do things and how we operate. We always had that struggle of, hey, where's those photos? Are those, we got to put them in the drive. They're on my phone, that type of stuff. Company Cam has just taken over with that aspect of things. And the nice thing about you guys that I noticed in working with you guys for the last 2-3 years that we've been using this is you guys are making so many changes. You guys, you listen to what people say. Hey, it'd be cool to have this feature. It'd be cool to have this feature. And it's ever evolving. I don't know. You guys just have a team behind the scenes that's like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. Because there's always new features coming out.
Oh, yeah. That is the great thing about Company Cam is, we do a great job with what we do and really staying in our lane and playing well with others, CRM platforms, integrations, things like that. But to your point, we're always taking feedback from customers and actually putting that to use. We're trying to constantly improve. We're trying to make things easier, better, whether that's offline mode. If you're in a rural area that doesn't have service, how can you still use our service or our product? As well as, just making it as simple as possible, as user-friendly as possible. Because we're not just for, Christmas light installation. We started in roofing exteriors really to help organize those photos and job site data. And from there, we've grown into about every industry because every contractor, every person showing up for home services is taking photos. And now it's how are those photos organized? Where are they at? Chasing people down, texting them, emailing them, uploading them into a CRM, Google Drive, Dropbox, what have you, to just really streamline that process.
Yeah. And I love the, all those new features like you added. I mean, you have the new task list, or I think it's called task list, where you can put a checklist in there and you can check off all that stuff. And the other feature is like you said, if you're in a remote area and you do all these photos and stuff like that, it may not upload. And I experienced this with my installers out in the field. It was like, because the nice thing is you can take a photo and like, oh, let me see, just put it in Company Cam. Let me see what it looks like. I'll pull it up on my end. I can see it for real time. Sometimes they have that challenge where they don't have service. But the nice thing is everything they did once they get into a cell, service area, boom, that stuff uploads. And it could be, if they're on a job site that doesn't have the service, it could be another 2 hours later, 3 hours. I mean, whatever, it takes for them to get in that, range to get it uploaded. So that's cool that it just harnesses it. And then once they get in service, it just uploads everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And to your point about the tasks that we have now and the checklists that you can create. That's one thing that with software, especially, but it's kind of the shiny object syndrome. Like, I'm going to buy this thing and it's going to solve all my problems. But really creating standard operating procedures around the softwares that people have and for their teams to use. And that's what we heard all the time is like, how do we get these guys to take photos? Or my people aren't taking the proper photos, or we're still having to do callbacks. And creating that standard operating procedure with a checklist and having that in there and people able to just go through that checklist, take the photos that are needed, make sure they're not forgetting anything, just try to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, really. So what any new features coming our way this year? Or what's the latest and greatest that we have in Company Cam?
Yeah, latest and greatest is we're playing around with the old AI stuff. So we have a thing called Pages. So this is it's not too complex. With Pages, you're able to basically walk around. It's recording your video or recording your voice. And as you're taking photos, say I'm walking around saying, hey, we have outlets here. We're going to be, we'll need to watch out for this bush or what have you. As you're taking those photos and talking, it will then compile basically like a checklist to format bulleted points from the conversation you're having, and then add those photos that they can be rearranged and refigured. But that's basically to make it easier to capture that data without having to sit there and take photos and type and do everything else. So
yeah, that's amazing. I love that feature. Another thing, this is not just accountability on the, your workers in the field and like, let me see what you've done in the project and stuff like that. It's also accountability on your company behalf, because it's preventing you from, oh, we didn't break that. I mean, we've had that where we get out there, the first thing we do is a property inspection, on a lot of our jobs. If we see anything out of the norm, we take a photo, it timestamps it, it's already in there. So then we don't get blamed for breaking that fixture or doing stuff like that. I love that feature. It's something phenomenal. And that's something people should utilize more often.
Yeah. The pre-existing damage, really just covering your ass when you get to a job.
Yeah.
Homeowners don't notice anything that's wrong with their property until after someone leaves, a contractor leaves. And it's like, oh, there's a scratch on the window, there's a dented gutter, there's this. But if you do your due diligence and take those photos beforehand, it makes that conversation a lot easier with the homeowner. It's like, hey, here's the pre-existing damage photos. We didn't do that. And also here's a list of other things that are on your house that we didn't do, but took note of before we started this project.
Yep. All right. I'm going to say it right here. It's going to be recorded. It's going to be live. I think one of the features you need to add is a timestamp for start time and end time on a project. So yes. I don't know if it's already in the works or not, but I utilize that. I have my installers take a photo, and I have for a couple of years now. When they get out there, they take a photo. And then when they leave, I don't care if it's the truck, it's the location they're at. When they leave, they take another photo. And that allows me to gauge how long did that project take, for them out there. Oh, okay. So that was a 6-hour project. So I know next year when I go out there, or I have the crews go out there, maybe it's a different crew that goes out there next year. I know that this, for Christmas lights in particular, that this should take, 6 hours roughly.
Yeah, no, funny you mentioned that. Yeah, that's the workaround right now is just requiring your guys to take a photo when they start and finish it. We actually did that with our Christmas light business this year as well. So first year in, just to get a gauge of how long these jobs are taking. But yeah, we don't have the time. We don't have the actual in, clock out feature yet. We integrate with a couple of companies that do have that.
Yeah.
But that is something that we hear very often. So
yeah. Well, when you do, we'll be like, hey, Matt did it. You remember here? Let's pull up that interview. It was his idea. Maybe I'll get some credit for it or something. No, I'm just kidding. But that is the workaround right there. And I love it using it, in that manner. What is the number one feature you see in Company Cam? What do you see that people, oh my gosh, they rave over this feature or this feature?
Honestly, it's going to be the most simple thing. And I think the bare bones of the product itself is when someone sees that the photos that are being taken at a job site are coming over to in real time to everyone else on the team.
Yeah.
That is the most kind of wow moment that a lot of people have.
Okay.
Not a specific feature, but really just the core product in itself is where we see the most people kind of be like, that's organized based on that job location as soon as they take that picture. And it's yes, it is. So honestly, that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we've used, and I've experienced this. I learned the hard way. And this one is, schematics on houses and roof lines and stuff like that, where my installer several years ago, before Company Cam, had all his schematics, took photos of his schematics. He had it all saved in his phone. And then he lost his phone. All that data was gone. All my schematics, everything. Now it's a requirement for, and we have our installers. These are the procedures. This is what it is. If it does not follow, then, we're going to address it. But everything's uploaded in there. I have all my schematics within the Jones houses or this property, or whatever the case is, where any installer can pull it up. We've got the history of the photos, so they can go back. They can look at like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be done. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. And I don't know how many times I said this last year, like, look in Company Cam. How do we do this? Look in Company Cam. And the photos are there from year after year. So it's amazing. It's an amazing product. And I'm glad you guys built this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a great point though, is year after year looking back at it. Another great thing, just very simple, but the fact that we can put videos in there too has been very, very big, because then it's not just a simple, photo, trying to look through all the photos, seeing how these Christmas lights were installed last year. But this year we had our guys, every time a job was complete, basically we'll give the entire walk down of how everything was installed. And if they forgot to do it, they did it during takedown. But still, it's like, so people can just watch a quick video, 5-10 minute video before they go to the job site, see what needs to be done, see what was done last year, and just make it as easy as possible to move forward.
Yeah, it's a great, if you're a contractor, it doesn't matter what field you're in and you're not using Company Cam, you need to start. I mean, it's not that expensive. It has been a game changer for our Christmas light install side of things. So definitely, hit them up. You can go to CLIPA. You can go to their website, which is companycam.com/CLIPA. And right there it is. If you want more information on it, definitely sign up for it. So CLIPA Con, what are you speaking about? What can we expect to hear from you at CLIPA Con?
Yeah, so this year at CLIPA Con, I'll be talking mostly about just improving communication and efficiencies within the business. Obviously, we use Company Cam. You use Company Cam. A lot of the other coaches use Company Cam as well. But won't be just talking about how to best use Company Cam and all the ins and outs and the features. But really the importance of internal communication. Who needs to be in the know? Being able to share this correct content with internal teams as well as externally, whether that's homeowners, whether that's manufacturers or anything like that. So really hitting hard on the efficiencies and communication.
Yeah, which a lot of people can use. They can use that efficiency and how to be more efficient. So that's a great talk. Yeah, I love that subject.
Yeah, it should be good. And communication is always a good one, because man, communication is constantly changing. It's constantly being made easier, but I feel like it's still one of the things that the majority of people struggle with, myself included, is communication and making sure everybody's on the same page. So
show me somebody that is good at communication. I don't know. I'd like to meet them.
Yeah.
Figure out what they're doing correctly.
Yeah.
So back to Company Cam, anything we can see for the future? Anything you can throw at us like, we're working on this. We're working on this. Anything?
Yeah, I'd say the AI stuff is kind of the new, most upcoming
that's cool
kind of stuff. Yeah. Honestly, outside of that, one of the things that we've been putting a lot of time and efforts in is to make sure that our core product works the best in every situation. But we're putting a lot more efforts into that offline mode, because that's one of the things that comes up very frequently for contractors. But outside of that, just we're continuing to create new integrations with companies that have been asked about. And bare bones stuff, doing a lot more work on the bare bones is kind of what we've been focusing on. So,
well, you guys have done a great job. It's a great product. And, I love it. I pitch it all the time. I don't think I've heard anybody ever say, it's not a great pro. I mean, everybody I talk to is, oh yeah, Company Cam. You've got to get this. All of my trainers, they all have Company Cam. They love it. So appreciate you guys and appreciate what you've done putting this together, and look forward to the AI solution and all that stuff and seeing what that has.
Yeah, no, thanks again for having me. I'm excited to be a part of CLIPA once again this year and really dive in. So
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you at one of the trainings. Looking forward to you. He's going to be speaking on May 2nd. That's Thursday. So you're at the first day. You're going to be out there speaking in the Shell Room is what it's called. So looking forward to having you out there, Nick. I do appreciate your time, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if you guys want to join us and see Nick speak, come out to CLIPA. It's coming up quick, CLIPA Con, May 2nd and 3rd. We do have some pre-show classes going on. Let's see, that's May 1st. We're going to have a multi-seasonal lighting class that's going to be coming on. So if you want to expand your holiday season outside of the October, November, December, January, whatever those months be, if you want to expand that out and start working, putting lighting up throughout the year, you can join us for this. We're going to show you how. We've got a couple different companies we're working with to show you how to do permanent roof lighting solutions and also stuff for exterior, the trees and stuff like that. So really looking forward to that. We had huge success last year, and we have some great vendors coming in to speak at that one. We also have a sales boot camp that Chelsea Fournette is going to be teaching. That's a commercial sales boot camp. I want to emphasize commercial. So if you want to take your lighting company to the next level and start getting into commercial contracts and figure out the process for that, she's going to be teaching you how. So she does all my commercial quoting and bidding out here in California. And I'm looking forward to what she can put together for that one. It's going to be a phenomenal class. Make sure you bring your phones, because you're going to smile and dial. She's actually going to put you on the phone, or your sales reps. If you don't feel comfortable getting on the phone, that's okay. You just sit in the back. But anyway, it's going to be a great event. So if you want to come out to that, that's on May 1st as well. That's one of our pre-show classes we have offering. So come out to CLIPA Con. Looking forward to it. It's coming up quick here, May 2nd and 3rd. Sahara. That was last year. We're not doing the Sahara this year. We're going to do the Bahia in San Diego. Beautiful bay resorts right there on the water. We've got some special events for that. We're going to have our social event. We're going to go out on a boat. We're going to take a couple of people out on the tour. If you want to go out there, we'll have 2 different runs. That's going to take you out on the bay. Beautiful bay in San Diego. So looking forward to it. Nick, once again, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks.